I hope that you guys can hear me because the rain's coming down pretty hard. My car's not the quietest as far as like the interior sound and everything. So hopefully you guys can hear me through this video. I'm going to try to talk a little bit louder than I normally do. And I'll see how it is when I go to edit the video and post it. I figured I'd take this time to maybe cover a little bit of this hurricane, or the beginning of this hurricane that's coming up the coast right now, and making its way, like the outer bands are making its way into Delaware. And I also figured I'd take this time to go ahead and update you guys on where I've been at and why I wasn't posting videos for a while. Right now, you're probably wondering, okay, why are you out driving around? There's no reason to be driving around when there's a hurricane coming in. I have to go up to my store right now because we are actually closing, which is amazing to me because we don't close for anything. We had 20 plus inches of snow 2 winters ago, several times, like 3 times within in like a few months span, and they didn't close for any of those snowstorms, which to me was stupid because there were state of emergencies and it really put a lot of people's lives at risk, including mine. I had wrecked my car during that time. That's not neither here nor there though, I guess, because they decided to close the store tonight at 6 p.m. Right now it's 3 o'clock, and apparently my manager had texted me. I didn't get the text, and then he called me a couple minutes ago and said, and told me basically that we were closing. And he said, you know, don't worry about it. I said, well, do you want me to meet you there so I can get the keys? I don't think he knows. I'm pretty sure I actually have keys to lock the store on my keys. I'm almost positive. But you know, he's pretty new to the store, so he's probably not aware that I have keys. But he wants me to go up there, I guess, probably get some things ready, and then we're going to reopen tomorrow around 12. So I got to go up there because I was supposed to go in tomorrow at 6 a.m. But I'll be going in there instead at 12 or around 11 or something, just to get things ready and to get the day going. So kind of surprised, and it's a good move on my company's part. Not because I expected this is going to be really that severe, but I didn't want to drive in heavy rain at 6 o'clock in the morning and 50-mile-per-hour winds. The storm's weakened a lot, or I don't know about a lot, but it has weakened quite a bit, considering that they were saying that it was going to be a Category 1 when it reached this area, and I think that it's more or less going to be more along the lines of a tropical storm when it reaches here. So that's what's going on right now. That's why I'm not driving around. Let me go ahead and get into why I was away from YouTube for a while and try to put things together for you guys, put things in perspective. As I said, it wasn't anything major. It wasn't like I had a nervous breakdown or I had to go away because of medical reasons or anything like that. Essentially what originally started to happen was I was having problems with my computer. Some of you know this, and I did post a video about, I think it was 3 months ago, saying that my computer would be fixed. I'd be back in about a week's time, and it didn't pan out. What happened is I had continuing problems. I had a laptop that I traded in that wasn't working as good as I wanted it to, and the place where I traded it in, they do a lot of games and stuff like that. They sell used games, and they do PC repairs, a lot of different things. They had a laptop there that it wasn't, I guess, completely ready. I thought it was pretty much ready when I was going to buy it, but they had to install some different drivers onto it, put a hard drive in it, and things like that. So I got the computer back to my house, and within like a few weeks, the power supply, which wasn't the exact power supply for that computer, it was like a universal power supply, the piece that plugs into the back computer came loose. The soldering point on it came loose, and for me to solder it back in place was pretty much useless. So what I had to do is I had to go there. They had to give me another power adapter, and that put another like 2 or 3 weeks into the whole not having a computer situation. So that originally was what happened, and then kind of like feeding into all of it, I got to the point where I don't want to say I became disinterested with YouTube, but to be honest with you guys, I have a lot of, I put a lot of expectations on what I put out there as far as videos. And I had a lot of really lofty goals, I guess you would say, for the videos I was going to put out. And I had a lot of plans for doing some different things. And in some ways I became discouraged because I really just don't have the ability to do the things that I want to do with my channel. I don't have the editing skills, I don't have the editing software, my camera's not the best, it gets the job done, but it was like, it kind of was almost defeating in a way because of the fact that I wanted to do so many more things with my channel and I wanted to make my videos so much better. And when you get to that point where you can't do what you want to do, and you start to have all these ideas, it becomes overwhelming. And it gets to the point where, you know, at least for me, it was like, either I put out the videos I want to put out, or I don't put out videos at all. And I know that's not necessarily fair to those of you who are my viewers and subscribers, because, I mean, you guys have shown me a lot of love and support over the years. And even in the midst of me being gone, my subscribers have reached almost 1,800, which is crazy to me. I never expected that. You know, I posted videos back when I reached 100 subscribers at 500, and I didn't expect those numbers. But to get to 1,800 subscribers and closing on 2,000, that's really crazy to me. And then I guess the other thing is, you know, you see other people who have even more success, and you kind of wonder why they have success, and you know, that kind of led into me wanting to do better videos. You know, when it comes down to it, it's not really about the video quality. It's about the content that I bring you guys, and that's what you've always wanted to watch my channel for. It wasn't because I produce great videos. I don't consider myself great by any means. It's because you guys enjoy what you see, and I kind of tell it like it is. I give you guys the perspective of a gamer, and kind of, a lot of you probably picture yourself in the same shoes as I am in, and that's what you enjoy. Now, there was one other thing that kind of led into me getting away from YouTube for a little bit, and that was the fact that I wanted to focus on myself. Not mentally, because you guys know that I've had things in the past where I've talked about my anxiety and my depression. Yeah, that was maybe a little part of it, but I wanted to better myself physically and kind of develop this different type of lifestyle. My whole life I've had different battles with, you know, trying to lose weight, trying to be healthy, trying to eat healthy, and I've been successful at times. When I got married, I weighed 180 pounds. After that, you know, I started to gain weight again, and then I got up to a higher weight than I wanted to be at, like 260, 270. And, you know, taking a perspective, I am 6'4", so, you know, I'm not a big fat slob, or I wasn't a big fat slob. But at the same time, that's still not a healthy weight. And what really spurred this on for me, and some of you may have watched this documentary, if you haven't, and even if you are in great health and great shape and you have no desire to change your lifestyle, I would recommend that you watch this video because it's entertaining. I mean, it might not only be informative, but it's also very, very entertaining. And it will really probably change the lives of a lot of people who watch it. It already has changed the lives of a lot of people who watch it. Let me cut to the chase here. That documentary that I watched is Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. It is streaming on Netflix, so that's how I caught it, because I watch a lot of documentaries. I find documentaries to be informative, interesting. It's like, that's one of the reasons I watch YouTube, because it's almost like mini documentaries. So for those of you out there who watch YouTube, and I mean, if you're watching this video, you watch YouTube, and you enjoy documentaries, you'll probably enjoy that movie, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And what the movie is about is basically, it's a guy who's from Australia who goes on I think it's a 60-day green juice green smoothie, or not green smoothie, green juice fast. What's green juice, you're probably wondering. Well, green juice is basically a combination of fruits and then green leafy vegetables, like kale, spinach, celery, cucumbers, things like that. And he decided to just fast off of those things for 60 days. So me and my wife watched this documentary, and amazing things happened to this guy. He was on all kinds of different medications. He had an autoimmune disease. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but this autoimmune disease basically affected his body in ways that, you know, for us normal everyday people, we don't have this issue. His body would attack certain things in the environment, and it would start to try to fight off things that weren't necessarily there. So for instance, you know, we get a mosquito bite, our body releases different things to try to fight off that mosquito bite, and then there's swelling and inflammation at that mosquito bite. For this guy, you know, maybe shaking somebody's hand his body would react the same way her body would react in fighting off a disease or something that it saw as a detriment to his health. Well, to make a long story short, after doing this, he got off of like 14 different prescription medications. His disease went away, or went into remission, I guess. And he also lost like 90 pounds. I mean, an incredible amount of weight. And I know a lot of people are thinking, well, this isn't healthy. This isn't safe to lose that amount of weight in that amount of time. But he had been doing it in conjunction with talking to his doctor, and I've started to watch a lot of different videos on green juices, green smoothies, fasting, and also raw diets. So what happened, how did that affect me? What happened was I was going to go out and buy a juicer, and I was going to start this. Then I talked to my father-in-law, my wife talked to my father-in-law, talked to her dad, and he suggested that we go with a blender, one that he had, which is a Blend Tech, or not a Blend Tech, that's one of the big ones out there. The one that we went with was the Vitamix, because that's what he has. And you can make green smoothies, which are similar to green juices in concept, but in reality, the difference is that with green smoothies, you are still getting the fiber. With green juices, you just juice the fruit. It takes out all the fiber, all of that stuff, and you're drinking just the juice of the fruit. With this, you're drinking pretty much everything, and you add a little bit of water to it. So it's kind of similar, and I started that. Well, in the meantime, I've lost about 45 pounds, and I'm feeling better, more energetic, and I really have given up meat pretty much. For the last month and a half, roughly, the only thing that I've eaten meat-wise is fish. And I've only had fish a few times. I've had sushi, and I've had some like tuna fish, things like that. And that's really only in different situations, and only really when I want something else. Other than that, I've eaten all vegetarian. I stopped drinking soda. I've only been drinking water. I have had coffee like a handful of times, but I really don't want to even do that. And I'm really kind of really contemplating and thinking about going completely raw, which, for those of you who don't know what raw is, it's eating living fruits and vegetables, all uncooked. And basically it's just raw fruits and vegetables. And there's a lot of different things. I know it sounds disgusting to a lot of you, and you're probably thinking, that's kind of drastic, but when you start to to feel a conviction about something, or to feel like you want to make a lifestyle change, sometimes you take drastic measures. And really it hasn't been that drastic for me to go to pretty much a vegetarian diet. It's been a great change for me. And I want something different to kind of work for. I wanted to make a lifestyle change because to me, it just gives me something else that will allow me to do something different with my life, and it gives me more of a purpose, I guess you would say. So that's kind of it right now. I mean, that's what would happen, and I know that it's a lot, or that, you know, in 3 months' time it seems kind of crazy, and that those things, maybe they shouldn't have kept me away from YouTube, but they did, because I had to focus on myself, and I had to get things situated with the computer, and you know, just some other things as far as the battle with me, you know, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my channel, and being a little bit discouraged because I just don't have the ability to do what I would like to do. And that's about it. But anyways, guys, I'm almost at work, so and I'm almost at 15 minutes. I gotta shut this off, but I want to say thank you guys for staying supportive, and stay tuned. I'll bring back video game related videos. And that's it. Thanks, guys.